Good evening and welcome to Season 16 of Next Gen. This, the Group A1 Tourers. We are live from Bathurst today. Everyone in the Ford Sierra Cosworth. So it's a pretty traditional race this for Next Gen. We have 14 runners. So we have a good selection of drivers here today. Hopefully you can all hear me. As they go over the mountain. So we have a good selection. A bit of sharing and then we'll get into qualifying, which is only 10 minutes long. We'll also get an update on the standings. Whilst you watch Jack going down the mountain. So, let's have a look through the 14 drivers. We have Jorginho 26. D Whitehouse 7, giving this another good go. Hopefully you can get a solid result. Lionel Griesby is here as well. We also have Shadow Stalker DBS, Tyler House 97, Lightblade 2K18, RDF1 Adam Morris, Fourfish, Delez, Web User Johnny, NGR Tim 78, Scooby G, Well Mark 1, and obviously the host of Jack TM53 Synopsis. So, Bathurst, a 3.861 mile circuit. In the mountainside here in New South Wales. So yeah, at the moment, New South Wales greatly affected by the bushfires at the moment. So not ideal, but we are racing today. Long circuit. It's been around since 1938. Back at that time, it was slightly longer, I think. No, slightly shorter back in 1938, 1986. The layout, though, hasn't really changed. The only difference between 1938 and today is the chase, which we've just gone through with Jack. And I think he'll be the first man to set our first qualifying time. And crosses the line. No, he does not set our first time. There's Shallow Stalker, there's Lionel Griesby. DYR7. Lightblade 2K18. Let's go for a ride with him then. Light Blade 2K18. Unholy Gaming 2012. Can you spectate number 5? That's Jorginho, I believe. And Jack's fallen foul here. We're not going to carry on this lap because Light Blade's being impeded. But I think Jack's just been disconnected from the session. Hopefully he can get back in time. Here is Jorginho. Go for a lap with Jorginho. Backs off getting ready as he goes through Murray's corner. So a lap of Mount Panorama, otherwise known as Bathurst. Jack's back in, which is good to see. You come up towards Hell Corner, a 90-degree left-hander down into second. Get it turning, don't touch the curb, it will make the back end go if you step on the power. Quick shift into third as you get head down towards Mountain Straight and towards Quarry Bend. Just over the rise, absolutely flat to the decks. Should reach 150 in slipstream minimum. Hit the brakes into Quarry Bend. There's a really long medium right-hander, which like tightens and opens all at once. Should go out there on the third, which is good from Jorginho. Into the cutting. It's a flick left, so slightly on the brakes into it. Let it roll then into the hairpin left that's up the hill. Get on the power quite early here, actually, because it's uphill. Into Griffin's Mount. Slight lift in these cars, they're not very stable. Reed Park again. Slight lift because of how unstable the cars can be. Salmon Park down the hill. Again, normally in modern cars, this is pretty much from the flat on the throttle. McPhillamy Park. You don't want to get this one wrong. Gravel on the outside will make you spin, will lose you lots of time. Skyline. As it says on the tin, a right and left. Someone spun in front of us as we now head into through the S's and into the Dipper. Out of the Dipper we go. We'll go flat left, flat right. Actually, not flat right, this one. This is a slight lift because you're going to go downhill into the Forest Elbow, which is downhill, hairpin left, slightly off camber as well. Then onto the Conrod Straight, a massive straight for these cars, and we've got slipstream with Jorginho. Jack is back in the lobby, which is good to see. He will end up, though, I think, at the back of the pack. Oh, I don't know who that is in front of us. They braked. Jorginho's on the grass. Very well controlled. Oh, he's been hit. I don't know who that was, but he was hit by someone. Was it Bob? Was it? I think, unfortunately, it might be Bob who hit him. That means Jorginho's qualifying, means he won't set a time now. So let's have a quick ganders at the points. So in the lead of the Group A1s, it is Jack TM53 Synopsis. He's on 53, he's tied with Anna Morris right now. Scooby G is in third on 44 with D Whitehouse on 41. Johnny is on 34 with Cam on 30. Tyler House has 27 with Jorginho on 26. Full Fish is on 23, joint with the Les. Lion Greasby has 19 with Bruce Lee Harding on 16, joint with Lightblade, who is also joint with Shadowstalker DBS. Tim78 is on 10 with Bomb Mark 1 on 5. The Dizzler has 5 and Hurlo85 rounds us out on 3 points. See Jack finding himself some space as he goes for his one and only lap. He does make the time. He'll be the last man to set a time. So he's crossing the line now. The Les is about to cross the line though. He's currently in third. He's backed off. He's going to do a practice start. Here comes Full Fish. He's up in fourth at the moment. It's a great effort by him. Up to the line for fourth fish. Stays fourth. Tim 78, he's currently in seventh right now. I think he's got the potential here, Tim, to maybe snatch that sixth place away. He's 11 seconds up at that second split. He's on target for it. There's Tyler House, Bob behind. Who is who? Yeah, there's Tim. So, oh, there's DY House. There's Jack. Tyler House, here he comes then across the line. Currently 13th with no set time. He crosses the line. Goes sixth quickest. Bob Mark 1. He'll cross the line now. He will not set a time. Tim puts it into seventh, goes ahead of Light Blade. There's Jack. There's Shadow Stalker. That was Jack and DY House 7. Shadow Stalker being very tentative coming out of the chase there. Comes up to the line for Shadow Stalker. Does go quicker, puts it in 9th ahead of line of Greensby. So Jack will be the first across the line, followed by Dave. There's DY House 7. Jack, where does he go? He puts it second on the grid, 0.2 away. But that's qualifying over. And that means Anna Morris takes the victory for pole position on a 2:16.095. He is followed by Jack, joint on that front row. Row 2 is Scooby G and the Les. Row 3, Four Fish and Johnny. Row 4 is DY House 7 and Tyler House. Row 5 is Tim and Lightblade. Row 6, Shadow Stalker and Elina Greasby. And row 7 is Jorino and Bob Mark 1, both of whom did not set qualifying times. I think Jorino has every moment to be a bit annoyed by that qualifying session. But that doesn't matter, we're here at Bathurst. It's round 4, it's the Group A1s, we have 10 laps. We sink in. We have 3 red lights. We're green. Who's got the best? It looks like Adam's got a great getaway, but the second phase, Jack's got a nice little launch. A bit of tussling in the background. Have a concentrate on this a minute, because last season there was a bit of an accident here. God forbid, we've made it through. Turn number 1, we've made it through hell. But Anna Morris leads, but he's got Jack alongside coming down towards Quarry Bend. Jack can go around the outside. This move is doable. It requires good bravery. He's going to do it anyway. Round the outside, both of them sliding through the corner. They're still side by side, heading up towards the cutting. Jack, you have to feel now, has the advantage into the cutting. He's got the inside. Yes, he makes the move through into the cutting. He'll lead into the hairpin, and he should lead on the way out. That's a great move from Jack. Set up from the quarry. And he's gone already. He's 0.7 up the road. As they head through, down towards Solomon Park for the first time of 10. Someone hit the wall, that's Johnny. I think, no, it's not, sorry, it's the Les. That's the Les, and Tyler House going side by side into McPhillamy Park. Both of them not giving any room. Down here's just going, and they're not going to do this. Oh, you know, I was going to say that's not a place you go side by side at. And the Les in fourth now, ahead of Tyler House. And that's Adam Morris, he's had an issue coming down the hill. Looks like most people. There's Jorino, he needs to make his way back through the field. Lina Greasby's lost a bit of time. No damage on the car, so maybe just a spin. But Jack leads here at Bathurst. Looking to kill those omens of Bathurst. He's never won round here in the Group A1s. On Project Cars 2. Scooby G. So you're ahead of Adam Morris after that mistake. There's the Les. There's Tyler House. Four Fish currently in 6th. He's doing a very nice job there. Joining in 7th. D. Whitehouse is in 8th. Lightblade is 9th. Dorino up into 10th after starting almost dead last. It's a good start by him. Tim down to 11th at the moment. There's Bob in 12th. Shadowstalker 13th. And Shadowstalker starting to come under pressure here from Liner Greensby. See how much more confident Liner Greensby is on the power coming down towards Hell for lap number 2. Liner Greensby down the inside. Pretty easy move there. But can Shadowstalker get back at him coming down the mountain straight? The answer is no. He cannot. Into Quarry Bend. Shadowstalker not anywhere close enough at the moment. This is a bit of a tight battle here. Johnny and D. Whitehouse 7. They look like teammates, but don't be fooled. They really are not. But D. Whitehouse 7 is actually coming under increasing pressure from Lightblade. As we head into Skyline now. Just keeping an eye on that gap for a second because it is around 1 second at the moment. Tyler House coming under pressure a little bit from Four Fish. On board there with D. Whitehouse 7 coming down the Conrod Stoke, which should get the effect of the slipstream. Drafting us up to the back end of Johnny. Yeah, Dave decides better of it up into the chase. He's on the grass, that's not what you want to be, mate. The idea was there from Dave. Trying to make the better angle, get a better run down towards Murray's corner. It's not worked out for him because he was on the grass on entry. And now he's got to contest with Lightblade to try and keep his 8th place. And we're going to have side-by-side action here. Four Fish alongside Tyler House coming down towards Quarry Bend. Very similar to Jack and Adam on the first lap. Does Four Fish? Yes, he does have the guts to try it around the outside. And you know what? He's going to get the move done. That's a great move from Four Fish. And he'll cut Tyler House off before the cutting. Oh, the Tyler House almost dived at the inside there for the hairpin. But thought better of it. Probably the better idea there. Meanwhile, D. Whitehouse scraping the wall. That was up through Griffin's Mount. Now through Reed Park and Solman. Someone else has tapped the wall. And there might have been Johnny. And over the Skyline into the S's. D. Whitehouse 7's lost it through the S's. He's lost the backhand into the wall. And Lightblade gets up a position into 8th place. And as you can see, it's getting darker. Which means the track gets colder, tyres have less grip. And whilst we watch that, Adam Morris is closed right in on Scooby G. He's on the grass. He's lost it going into the chase. He's spun it almost. Great car control to save the car. But it now means he's going to lose a lot of time and potentially a place to the Les here. Here comes the Les and trying to go down the outside of Murray's corner. Will Adam fight him too much? Yes, he will. He's going to keep it to the inside. But almost lets Les take the place. These two have to work together now to get back up to Scooby G. Meanwhile, Tyler House has had an issue. I think Tyler House has spun it coming out of the chase. He's down to 9s now. Everything looks like a bit of damage going on with his car, I think, at the front. Either that or his lights aren't turned on. They're either broken or not turned on, basically. I think they might be the latter. So, Anamara's behind the Les now, in 4th place. The man who's tied for the championship lead as Les scrapes the wall into the cutting. Anamara's looking to go down the inside, but just can't quite do it. We're here on lap number 4. Down through Solomon Park. Oh, Les hard into the wall at Solomon Park. Into McPhillamy. Over Skyline through the S's. The Les is under extreme pressure here. That's Scooby G. And Adams round now at the S's. Oh, this is bad news for Adam Morris. Oh, that's someone else. I think that's D. Whitehouse has just spun it. This is carnage at the S's. Amazingly, I think D. Whitehouse got away with that, but Adam Morris has not. He had the chance to get past Scooby and do with him once and for all. But that now means Jack has an 8-second lead as he heads on to lap number 5. He's in a really good place, and he's not even got his lights on, man. Right, let's find a battle. It's like maybe there's D. Whitehouse. So D. Whitehouse has got back past light plate somehow. Was that D. Whitehouse I just saw? It was. I think D. Whitehouse has just lost it pretty much into the end of the pit wall there. So he's now down to 9th. This race is carnage. It really is just carnage. Oh, there goes Bob. Bob at Murray's Corner. He's lost the place now to Shadow Stalker. He's now in dead last and 14th. This is great work from the director, I must say. He's catching all the action just lately. Meanwhile, Adam Morris. Catching, past Lightblade he goes. I think Lightblade had a bit of an issue. Either that or he just decided, I'm not going to have him by me. He can just get on with it. Because Adam Morris looks like he is pushing and pushing hard. Over the skyline, yeah, look at the line. The attitude of the... Oh, that's where he's a Johnny. He's gone around now. Looks like the S's hasn't lost its form in collecting spinning cars. And Adam Morris goes down the compound straight now. Fresh air in front of him. Can he catch up to 4th here? She's got half the race to go still. As he goes all the way up. Four fish to Quarry Bend. Jack extending his lead at the front. So 10.1. Now we're at Johnny, Tiny House getting closer together. I think this is where the battle will be. Tim having a look down the inside of DY House 7 here. This is for 11th place. No, he can't quite do it. Tim almost running a bit wide actually through Murray's corner. Jorino 26 will be next on DY House's list of cars to try and overtake. In the meantime, Tyler House is gradually getting nearer to Johnny. He's 8/10 away. But can he close that gap? It's looking quite hard for him at the moment. And it's hard to judge how quick Johnny is right now, because obviously his last lap was when he spun the car. So he's got a 2:34 there. Meanwhile, a bit further ahead, Scooby G is starting to latch onto the back of the Les. The Les showing great pace tonight. They head into the chase. Into Murray's corner. Bit sideways from Scooby G. He now goes down the mountain straight for the 7th time. Meanwhile, Johnny has lost out to Tyler House. Johnny's time 2:26.0 last time around. He runs a bit wide through hell. Now, as I recall, I don't think penalties are on for track limits because it is a difficult circuit. And if you do run a bit wide, you're not going to gain anything. And you're probably having a big accident actually around there, to be fair, so... Jorino side by side with DY House 7. This for 10th place, the final spot in the top 10. Jorino defends into Hell Corner. Defends on the way out. That's great defensive driving from Jorino. But has DY House 7 got the run? No, he hasn't. Looks like he couldn't quite get the power down as he wanted to because Jorino's defense there. He's going to look to the outside at Quarry. He's a bit far back to make that one work. They squeeze. Both of them drifting. Both of them into the wall. And both of them survive and come out exactly the same as they did going in, pretty much. Jorino slightly better off. Both of them making that mistake of drifting into Quarry Bend, though. And DY7 has a bit of work to do to get back up to the back of Jorino. Oh, Jorino's in the wall. That's a big accident. And there goes Tim. Big accident for Jorino. What did he do? Clips the inside wall, sends him into the outside wall at that's Reed Park. Meanwhile, Scooby G has just 3 laps left to close the Les down by 8/10 of a second and overtake him. So he has now well ahead of Johnny by 1.1. That was a spin. Yes, that is Tyler House round at the chase. Will he lose any more places? Because here comes Liner Greasby. Into Murray's corner. Not a wheel spin that from Line of Greasby. Bear in mind, Line of Greasby is on a controller. So this is very impressive that he's even in the top 10 in this car. It's not easy. I can guarantee you that. Well, Dorino still trying to hunt down Tim. Scooby G. Still roughly 8 seconds as they come up towards Skyline for the 8th time. Adam Morris is not catching 4 fish at the rate he needs. I think 5th would be all he gets here. He had the chance and he blew it on the same lap as Scooby G. Meanwhile, Tyler House has actually been overtaken by Liner Greasby, and he almost went for a big accident at Reed Park. Flips the wall at Solomon Park as well. Not quite the smoothest drive from Tyler House, but he's still there, still in 9th. Dorino has got past Tim in the meantime, but as we head on to the penultimate lap of the race, it's this man here, Scooby G and the Les, who will come out on top for second, because Scooby G has closed the gap by 3/10. And here it will only just close because of the slipstream, because of that pulling effect that Scooby G will have. It's not quite closed up as much as I thought it would. It's down to the 4/10 area, back up to the half of a second, but coming out of Quarry, he's now 3/10. And look, he's behind. That's 4 fish. 4 fish running at a brilliant pace as that's the legs into the wall. He's done that before. This time, Scooby G alongside into Griffin's Mount. Can't quite get the move down there. He looks for the switchback, having to Reed Park. Not really an overtaking spot. Down the hill. Through Solomon. Oh, Scooby G into the wall. That's going to lose him time, going through McPhillamy Park now and heading to Skyline. They head into Skyline. A better line this from Scooby G. Through the dipper. As we head now down towards Forest Elbow. Heads on to the power. Down the Conrod Straight we go. Jack is just going through the chase for the penultimate time. He'll soon be starting the final lap here at Bathurst. Up over the crest of the Conrod. Look at that pace. Yeah, Scooby G's actually backed out of this. He's decided he does not want to make an overtake into the chase. He almost loses the back end. He's lost time. That's a lot of time lost for Scooby G, even though it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things time-wise. With the amount of time left, it's a lot of time to try and get back. He's now up to 7/10 and he's gone slightly deep into Murray's corner. He's got to find a second on Les now in the final lap and still overtake him. All the while, 4 fish behind. Is gradually gaining. I think Adam's made another mistake here. He's now 50 seconds off the lead and he's got Light Blade coming up onto his tail. There's Johnny. Tyler House has now got back past Liner Greasby. UI7. There's Dorino 26. Currently in 11th. So let's look at Tim and Bob rounding out the runners at the moment. The Les, though, now has a 2.3 gap, so that means Scooby G will have to... Oh, he's into the wall again at Solomon Park. This is not over yet. Fourfish is now on his tail. He's now run wide of McPhillamy. Here comes Fourfish. Fourfish takes the lead. Well, I say takes the lead for the final podium spot. Scooby G, it's all gone wrong. This is going to give Jack a big advantage in the championship standings here. And Fourfish, his debut podium. It's only taken him 4 races, and Fourfish is looking at a podium. It'll be his first in the Group A1s. Not the first in NXTGEN, because he's had plenty of those in the Scirocco's on GT Sport. But his maiden P-Cars 2 podium, and it will come in the Group A1s. But it's going to be this man. He's been dominant other than not taking pole. Jack Team 53 Synopsis finally breaks his omens. He finally wins at Bathurst on Project Cars 2. As a great result. Tim finishes in 13th place there. The Les will come home behind Bob. Bob there in 14th. The Les will take 2nd place. He's going to be well chuffed with that. But behind, it's going to be Fourfish. Fourfish takes the podium. His maiden podium in the Group A1s. His maiden podium in Project Cars 2. A fantastic result from him, just biding his time. And unfortunately, Scooby G made those mistakes to finish in 4th. Adam Morris. Will come in 5th. My overtake of the day goes to Jack for that lap 1, because that was sensational to set it up through the quarries, keep going side by side. Oh, that's Lightblade spinning in the background. That could be bigger consequences as Adam Morris finishes in 5th. Lightblade 6th, but I think my driver of the day will go to Fourfish. I mean, the obvious one is Jack, because he's just romped off into the distance. Not made any mistakes, but as Johnny finishes there in 7th. Well, we've got a bit of a battle here. Tyler House and Liner Greensby to the line. I wouldn't celebrate too early, Tyler. But Tyler House does take 8th place. Liner Greensby takes 9th. But yeah, Fourfish, because of his patience and his debut around Bathurst in the game, gets my driver of the day for the Group A1s. Team House 7 will come home in 10th place. He'll take a top 10, or will he? No, he won't. Oh, yes, he will, because Jorginho also has spun. Team House 7 finishes in 10th, despite what the result says. Jorginho 11th. Shadow Stalker will come in 12th. A well-driven race by him. Yeah, he deserves some points. And that's Bathurst for you. Someone's doing donuts, I think. But your provisional results from Bathurst, round number 4 of the Group A1s. Jack does take the win. He finally wins at Bathurst on Project Cars 2, and he gets my overtake of the night. The Lions take 2nd place. A very nice drive by him. Showed great pace and gets what he deserves, really. Fourfish, my driver of the night for ones, finishes 3rd. Maiden podium for him. Great job by him. The rest of the field start as Scooby G 4th, Adam Morris 5th. Lightblade is in 6th. Johnny 7th. Tyler House is in 8th. Liner Greensby is in 9th. DY House 7 is in 10th. Jorginho 11th. Shadow Stalker DBS 12th. Tim 13th. And Bon Mark 1 finishes 14th and last. The question is, where are we next week? Well, I can answer that question. Round number 5 comes from Silverstone Classic. And what a race it's going to be. It's going to be everyone in their normal cars from round number 1. But what a race that's going to be. Silverstone Classic has absolute great pedigree. And quite frankly, will always be a great race with the slipstream. But next up is the modern touring cars, and I should say the Tour Maniac modern touring cars, and it's a very special night. It's the 100th race of the modern touring cars here at NXTGEN. So it's going to be a full grid reversal, and it's going to be one hell of a race. So do join me in about 5-10 minutes for the start of that one. But we'll also be joined by Jack in the commentary box. But for myself and the Group A1s tonight, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening.